The power of determination and persistence. The little country schoolhouse was heated by an old-fashioned, pot-bellied coal stove. A little boy had the job of coming to school early each day to start the fire and warm the room before his teacher and his classmates arrived. One morning they arrived to find the schoolhouse engulfed in flames. They dragged the unconscious little boy out of the flaming building more dead than alive. He had major burns over the lower half of his body and was taken to a nearby county hospital. From his bed, the dreadfully burned, semi-conscious little boy faintly heard the doctor talking to his mother. The doctor told his mother that her son would surely die, which was for the best, really, for the terrible fire had devastated the lower half of his body. But the brave boy didn't want to die. He made up his mind that he would survive. Somehow, to the amazement of the physician, he did survive. When the mortal danger was past, he again heard the doctor and his mother speaking quietly. The mother was told that since the fire had destroyed so much flesh in the lower part of his body, it would almost be better if he had died, since he was doomed to be a lifetime cripple with no use at all of his lower limbs. Once more the brave boy made up his mind. He would not be a cripple. He would walk, but unfortunately from the waist down, he had no motor ability. His thin legs just dangled there, all but lifeless. Ultimately, he was released from the hospital. Every day his mother would massage his little legs, but there was no feeling, no control, nothing. Yet his determination that he would walk was as strong as ever. When he wasn't in bed, he was confined to a wheelchair. One sunny day his mother wheeled him out into the yard to get some fresh air. This day, instead of sitting there, he threw himself from the chair. He pulled himself across the grass, dragging his legs behind him. He worked his way to the white picket fence bordering their lot. With great effort, he raised himself up on the fence. Then, stake by stake, he began dragging himself along the fence, resolved that he would walk. He started to do this every day until he wore a smooth path all around the yard beside the fence. There was nothing he wanted more than to develop life in those legs. Ultimately, through his daily massages, his iron persistence and his resolute determination, he did develop the ability to stand up, then to walk haltingly, then to walk by himself, and then, to run. He began to walk to school, then to run for the sheer joy of running. Later in college he made the track team. In 1933, Cunningham graduated from Kansas with the highest academic marks in his class. Still later in Madison Square Garden, this young man who was not expected to survive, who would surely never walk, who could never hope to run, this determined young man, Dr. Glenn Cunningham, in 1934, set the world record for the mile run in 4 minutes and 6 seconds, which stood for 3 years. He also set world records in the 800 mile in 1936. He was the fastest miler in the Amateur Athletic Union in 1933, 1935, 1936, 1937, and 1938. In 1947 he established the Glenn Cunningham Youth Ranch, at which he helped thousands of troubled youths over a period of more than 30 years. Lessons for success in life. Make up your mind what you want and go after it. If someone tells you to stop, ignore them. You might also hear a little voice in your head telling you the same thing. Ignore that voice as well. Keep pushing. Keep going. You are stronger than you think you are. The way to win is to keep going. Go one more step than everyone else. You'll know you are on the right track when you look up and see everyone else has already stopped. Practice one more free throw, ride one more time around the arena, read one more chapter, or try one more time. It matters. Nothing in the world can take the place of persistence. Talent won't. Unsuccessful people with talent are everywhere. Genius won't. Unrewarded genius is almost a proverb. Education won't. The world is full of educated people that do nothing. Persistence and determination are the key for success in any field of life.
A special thank you from the heart